In the midst of a bustling metropolis, a familiar narrative unfolded, one that had become a staple within my family's circle. My brother's girlfriend, Amanda, was on the cusp of a new chapter, seeking her first apartment and bidding farewell to the comfort of her parents' home. As their relationship was still in its infancy, they decided against cohabiting, opting instead for separate living arrangements. With her independence in mind, Amanda set out to find a roommate to share the costs and the space. Her quest began with a casual search online, scrolling through listings on Craigslist. Amidst the sea of ads, one caught her eye: roommate wanted, females only. The phrase resonated, as the area she was interested in was predominantly inhabited by young professionals. The listing described a room in a house, available for a reasonable $225 per month, a steal compared to the prices of other properties. The occupant, a 23-year-old college student, specified that she was not comfortable with male roommates, ensuring a sense of security for Amanda. The listing included a single photo, showcasing the exterior of the property, but Amanda's curiosity was piqued. She decided to take the initiative, sending an email to inquire about meeting the occupant and viewing the house. Within half an hour, she received a response, outlining the details of the visit and the timing. The occupant, who worked late hours, proposed an 8 p.m. viewing, allowing Amanda to adjust her plans accordingly. As the evening approached, Amanda's excitement grew, her mind filled with visions of the cozy room and the attached bathroom, a feature that seemed like a luxury in the midst of her search. The anticipation was palpable as she arrived at the property, the soft glow of the evening sun casting a warm ambience over the scene. Little did she know, this was merely the beginning of a journey that would lead her to unexpected discoveries and unforgettable experiences. The sun was setting over the small town, casting a warm orange glow over the streets and homes. Amanda had been searching for the perfect deal on a goalie equipment set for weeks, and finally, she had found it on Craigslist. The ad seemed too good to be true, a steel goalie set in visibly good condition for only $50. She couldn't resist the offer, and after a few text exchanges with the seller, they agreed to meet at the local mall. As she waited in the parking lot, Amanda felt a sense of excitement and anticipation. She had always been dedicated to her hockey career, and the thought of getting her hands on this equipment was thrilling. But as she looked around, she noticed a white van parked a little distance away. Her instincts began to kick in, and she felt a sense of unease. Just as she was about to leave, the seller texted her again, saying he was in the van. Amanda's heart began to race as she realized she was alone and vulnerable. She quickly turned around and ran down the block, eventually cutting into a random person's backyard and hiding behind a bush. From her hiding spot, Amanda watched as the white van drove by, disappearing around the corner. She knew she had to get away from there as fast as possible, and she made her way back to her house, her heart still racing. As she told her parents about the encounter, Amanda could sense their concern and skepticism. They had always warned her about the dangers of online transactions, but she had never thought it would happen to her. The Craigslist ad was taken down, and Amanda was left with a sense of unease and paranoia. Months went by, and Amanda had almost forgotten about the incident. But one night, as she was getting ready for bed, she heard the sound of an engine running outside. She looked out her window and saw the white van parked across the street. Her heart sank, and she knew she had to get out of there. She quickly grabbed her phone and called the police, but by the time they arrived, the van was gone. Amanda was left shaken and afraid, wondering if the man had somehow found her address. The incident had left her with a sense of unease and paranoia, and Amanda knew she had to be more careful in the future. She had learned a valuable lesson about the dangers of online transactions and the importance of being cautious when dealing with strangers. But little did she know, her next encounter with a Craigslist seller would be even more terrifying. Months later, Amanda was selling a dining room set on Craigslist. She had listed it for $1,200, but was open to negotiations. The ad had garnered some interest, but she was still waiting for a serious buyer. One evening, she received a call from a man with a shaky voice. He sounded a bit off, but Amanda tried to stay professional. He asked to come over and check out the set, and Amanda agreed, giving him her address. As the man arrived, Amanda felt a sense of unease. He was wearing a white undershirt with yellow stains, baggy pants with tears, and a gray mustache with a brown stain in the middle. His hair was a mess, and everything about him seemed off. Despite her reservations, Amanda invited him in, and he began to walk around the dining room, making strange noises and touching every inch of every piece of furniture. Amanda was weirded out and decided to break the silence by bringing up the price. The man's response shocked her. He offered her $500. Amanda laughed at the absurdity of the offer, but the man's smile turned to an angry expression, and she knew she had to be careful. As they negotiated, the man's behavior became more and more erratic. He started making strange noises, pacing back and forth, and giving her a look of anger and hatred. Amanda realized that this man was not right in the head, and she needed to get him out of her house. She apologized and thanked him for coming, but the man didn't move. He was giving her a stare of malice, and Amanda knew she had to get away from him. She quickly ran upstairs to her bedroom, grabbed her .45, and took cover behind the wall. Peeking into the dining room, she saw the man was gone, but she knew she had to be careful. She called the police, took cover behind her bed, and waited for them to arrive. When the police finally showed up, they found the man hiding in Amanda's pantry closet with a loaded gun. It was a miracle that no one was shot, and Amanda was left shaken and traumatized. As she watched the man being taken away in handcuffs, Amanda knew she had to be more careful in the future. The look of malice and hatred on his face was etched in her memory, and she knew it would haunt her for a long time to come. Amanda's experiences on Craigslist had left her with a sense of paranoia and unease. She knew she had to be more cautious when dealing with strangers online, and she vowed to never let her guard down again.